First, let's talk about Ivan Pavlov. Ivan Pavlov is a Russian psychologist who is known for his work in classical conditioning. Like any other great scientific discoveries, Pavlov accidentally discovered classical conditioning. Pavlov lives with his dogs, so every day he gave them food and noticed that they would salivate. One day, when he entered the room, he noticed that the dogs are still salivating even though there's no food in sight. He wondered if the dogs think that they will get food. Maybe that's why they are salivating. Is there a possibility that he could make the dogs salivate whenever he wants to? So Pavlov conducted an experiment where he identified first the stimulus. In this case, the food that caused the dogs to salivate. Pavlov tried adding a separate stimulus where he rang the bell before he gave food to the dogs. He kept on repeating this process until the dogs have gotten used to the sound of the bell during feeding time. So when he rang the bell but did not bring the food, still the dogs are salivating. Classical conditioning theory involves learning a new behavior via the process of association. In simple terms, two stimuli are linked together to produce a newly learned response in a person or animal. B.F. Skinner is one of the most influential of American psychologists. He developed the theory of operant conditioning. Operant conditioning is a method of learning that occurs through rewards and punishments for behavior. Remember when you were a child and your parents asked you to do household chores? It probably went both good and bad. When your parents ask you to do some chores, again, we all know that chores are not the most fun thing to do. So our parents most likely do one of two things. If you completed your chores and they reward you for doing the job, like giving you extra money for food or extra time to play, that is what you call positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement involves the addition of a reinforcing stimulus following a behavior that makes it more likely that the behavior will occur again in the future. But if your parents threaten to take away your gadgets or lessen your allowance by not doing your chore, then it is called negative reinforcement. Negative reinforcement, a response or behavior, is strengthened by stopping, removing, or avoiding a negative outcome or adverse stimulus.
Created using Powtoon.